the largest city in Canada and the fourth largest city in North America. It is located in the province of Ontario, Canada's most populous region. Toronto's location and numerous things to experience make it a perfect place for your next vacation. It's a major international hub with flights coming from around the world to Canada's largest airport. It's also a short drive to its shared border with the United States, making it a fun road trip idea for anyone who lives in or is visiting the Northeast. In this video, we talk about the best things to do in and around Toronto. Our list of 22 things to do and see will help make your vacation easier to plan. We also have some awesome tips about visiting Toronto in the video and in the description below. Now, let's get to all the amazing things you can see and do during your visit. Number 22. Niagara Falls. Toronto is only a short drive from one of the most beautiful spots in North America, Niagara Falls. After an incredible city vacation, enjoy some of Canada's natural beauty. Placed on the border between Canada and New York, it can be accessed by both countries. However, the best views of the three waterfalls are from the Canadian side. The largest of the falls is the Horseshoe Falls. It's the most recognized of the three waterfalls and is the most impressive. The next is the American Falls, which is on the New York side, but is easier to see from Canada. Lastly, the very small waterfall next to the American Falls is called the Bridal Veil Falls. The best views are along the walkways above the Niagara River on the Canadian side or by taking a boat ride to the falls. If you only have one day at Niagara Falls, we recommend taking the City Cruise boat to the falls and walking up to the top of Table Rock viewpoint. If you have the time, consider doing the Niagara River Whitewater Walk. It's a unique experience that you won't want to miss. We do recommend staying at least one night in order to see the falls lit up. To learn more about planning a trip to Niagara Falls, Ontario, stay tuned for our upcoming video on the best things to do. Number 21. The Path. The Path, Toronto's underground city, is especially useful if you find yourself in Canada in the winter. You may wonder, is there anything to do down there besides getting around the city when it's chilly? Yes, there are things to do without ever going outside. The path is 18 miles long and connects to major transportation hubs, including Union Station, with other destinations like the Toronto Eaton Centre, Scotiabank Arena, and Ripley's Aquarium. Even some hotels have direct access to the path. If you're up for an adventure, then treat the path like a labyrinth that can lead you someplace new and exciting. Seriously, without a map, which we did not look at beforehand, it's super hard to navigate on your own. But it was a lot of fun this way because we started at the Eaton Centre and just wandered around until we found an exit. Take your time and check out the stores and places to eat, or if you're in a hurry, take out the map to find the exit you need. Number 20, see Toronto at night. Don't only plan to see Toronto in the daylight. The city comes alive at night, especially in the summer. Sitting by the harbor front, walking around downtown, and enjoying a meal on an outdoor patio will give you even more of an appreciation for Toronto's energy. With the city lit up and so many people out, you'll want to make sure you're experiencing something fun. It doesn't matter if you want to go to a bar, or take a walk on the waterfront promenade, or see the Toronto Blue Jays play at the Rogers Centre. There's a nighttime activity for everyone. If you do stay out late, know that unlike some other major cities like New York City, the metro is not open 24 hours. When you're planning a night out, make sure you check transportation options before you leave. Number 19, Ripley's Aquarium of Canada. Ripley's Aquarium of Canada is located next door to the CN Tower, making it easy to visit both on the same day. The aquarium has a clear starting and ending point to make sure you see all of the impressive exhibits. What makes this aquarium unique is the exhibit dedicated to Canadian waters. Learn about aquatic life off of Canada's coast and which fish and other creatures call the Great Lakes home. There's also a kelp forest section, which is based upon the waters off the coast of Canada's British Columbia region. Additionally, there are the Rainbow Reef, Dangerous Lagoon, the Discovery Center, the Ray Bay exhibits, and more. Check out all types of sea creatures from jellyfish, sharks, and even seahorses. And make sure to learn about the different environments that they live in. The aquarium is part of Toronto's City Pass that lets you visit several places in Toronto at a discounted price. The aquarium should definitely be on your list if you buy the pass. You'll probably spend anywhere between an hour to 2 hours there depending on if you want to take your time. We spent about an hour there since we had a reservation at the CN Tower afterwards. Number 18. Brookfield Place. Toronto's skyline is full of modern architecture. But did you know that one of the coolest places to check out is inside? Brookfield Place's Alan Lambert Galleria was designed by famous Spanish architect Santiago Calatrava in 1992. It's not one of the most common places to visit in the city, especially on a first-time visit, but trust us, it's worth at least a quick walk through. Walking through the main structure is an incredible experience. The tall ceilings and glass with light streaming through feels like being in a piece of art. After visiting the Alan Lambert Galleria, you'll want to check out other Calatrava buildings around the world. Brookfield Place is free to enter and walk around the main lobby area. The main level has stores and restaurants. Brookfield Place is also connected to the Hockey Hall of Fame. If you're a big hockey fan, make sure you do both of these activities together. If you're just passing through, it's easy to walk around the building when already doing other things downtown. Number 17, Scarboro Bluffs. Just east of Toronto in Scarborough, Ontario is Scarboro Bluffs, a large area to walk around with parks and beaches on Lake Ontario. The best spot to see and photograph the bluffs is Bluffers Park Beach. If you're feeling adventurous, you can take a hike to the top of the bluffs. Or if you just want to enjoy the view, park at Scarborough Bluffs Park and then walk around the park and then over to Bluffers Park Beach. The views of the cliff formations are worth leaving the city for and provide amazing photo opportunities. We found that on a weekday morning in September, the crowds were low, but that might be different during peak times and on weekends. Make sure to do research in advance or arrive early in the morning. Number 16, have a BeaverTail. BeaverTails is one of the most iconic places to have food in Ontario, Canada. Don't worry, you're not eating a real beaver's tail. A BeaverTail is fried dough in the shape of a beaver's tail and has a variety of toppings for your choosing. They also serve other Canadian favorites, poutine, as well as beaver dogs. These are great if you want something savory with the sweet beaver tail. There are so many flavors to choose from, and they also offer seasonal and limited time specials. Just make sure to sit down with your food and don't try to eat on the go. They can get pretty messy. There are multiple locations in the city, including one at the harbor front, one by the CN Tower, one on the Toronto Islands, and a smaller version at Canada's Wonderland. Don't leave Toronto without trying this delicious and iconic snack. Number 15, Berczy Park. Berczy Park is located between Front Street and Wellington Street, right by the Toronto Flatiron Building. This park may be small, but it's a great place to relax and unwind. It also has the cutest fountain for dog lovers. Fountain consists of many dog statues of various breeds, with the water coming out of their mouths and into the fountain. There's also a bone at the top. The adorable fountain is a unique art piece in a nice public park. Enjoy the area by sitting down and relaxing on one of the many beaches, or at the table and chairs in the park. It's also a low-key spot to have a picnic or just stop by to drink a coffee. Enjoy the well-manicured spot and check out the other pieces of public art in and near the park. Number 14, visit a brewery. Toronto is a city known for its craft beer scene. The city is full of great places to try locally brewed beer, and we've been impressed with the abundance of options. The most interesting beer we tried was a mint basil beer, and it was incredible. There are great spots to find locally brewed beer all over the city. From downtown to the Distillery District to the harborfront, there's no shortage of beer made in Toronto. One of the most popular spots is Amsterdam Brew House, located right on the waterfront. It has a large patio with great views and a big indoor dining space. Amsterdam Brew House only takes reservations for inside seating. Outside is first come. Amsterdam Brew House, as well as other breweries in the city, offer beer flights. If you're in the mood to try a variety of beers, this is the best option. Don't forget to ask places if they have any specials. Number 13, Nathan Phillips Square. You can't come to Toronto without seeing the iconic Toronto sign. It's one of the quintessential photo spots in the city and is the center of Nathan Phillips Square. The Toronto sign is right behind a beautiful fountain, which makes it feel like the center of the city. The square is also home to the current Toronto City Hall and next to the old City Hall. The modern architectural style of the new building is in direct contrast to the Romanesque revival style of the old building. Additionally, the square is home to an ice skating rink in the winter months. But that's not all. The square also hosts events year-round. Depending on the time of year and the events going on, it might not be a place where you spend a lot of time, but it's worth a visit. Since Nathan Phillips Square is so close to the Toronto Eaton Centre, you can visit both together. This brings us to the next Toronto attraction. Number 12, the Toronto Eaton Centre. The Toronto Eaton Centre is a shopping mall in downtown Toronto and is home to more than 200 stores and restaurants. The mall has a mix of popular international brands as well as Canadian brands. It also has many places for you to find a bite to eat, ranging from sit-down restaurants to fast food to specialty food shops. The Toronto Eaton Centre is a great place if you're looking to do some shopping on your vacation or just walk around. The mall has long hours, being open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, except on Sundays. There's also a famous art sculpture in the mall from Canadian artist Michael Snow. The piece is called Flight Stop, and trust us when we say you'll know it when you see it. Another great aspect of the Eaton Centre is that it has an entrance to Toronto's underground city, The Path. From some spots in the city like Union Train Station and some hotels, you can reach the mall without ever stepping outside. If you're visiting in the winter, the Eaton Center has plenty to do without having to brace the cold. Number 11, St. Lawrence Market. St. Lawrence Market is packed full of great food and has an energy you won't want to miss. St. Lawrence Market is located on Front Street, and it consists of two different buildings on opposite sides of the street, the North Market and the South Market. The market has everything from a farmer's market to art vendors. For tourists who won't be buying groceries, there are plenty of places to grab a snack. Walk around and you'll discover pastries, coffee, and prepared food for lunch. You also might find some souvenirs to bring home. A unique feature of the St. Lawrence Market is the Market Gallery, a free art gallery on the second floor. Take the stairs or the elevator in the South Market to see whatever the current exhibit may be. It's a small room and doesn't take much time to walk around and see what's on display. Number 10, Canada's Wonderland. Located north of Toronto and Vaughan, Ontario, just off of Route 400, is Canada's largest amusement park. When walking through the front gate, you are greeted by the impressive Wonder Mountain with a waterfall cascading down the front side. Canada's Wonderland has 18 roller coasters and many more attractions, including an impressive flat ride collection. Their newest ride, Ferry, has been a sensation for the park. Their other best roller coasters, Leviathan, Yukon Striker, and Behemoth, are perfect for thrill seekers. Canada's Wonderland typically is open from May to December. Their water park, Splashworks, typically opens in late May or early June and is operational until Labor Day weekend. There's a good amount of water slides, a wave pool, a lazy river, and even a cliff jump for those seeking a thrilling experience. Just be ready. Even on warmer days, the water can be cold. To do all the attractions in one day, you will probably need to buy a Fast Lane Plus. It doesn't work in the water park, but it does work on all major attractions in the dry park. The price will depend on which day you visit. Number 9, Casa Loma. We never thought we'd be spending time in a Gothic castle-style mansion in Toronto, Canada. Casa Loma was built between 1911 and 1914 by architect E.J. Lennox. Today, it's a museum and historic site that can't be missed. It's easy to see why this picturesque mansion and garden receive many visitors every year. If you're a film buff, note that many movies have been filmed here, including one of our personal favorites, Ready or Not. It also was featured on the most recent season of Top Chef. If you're interested in learning what else was filmed here, make sure you look it up before visiting. Start your visit by walking through the main entrance and go straight ahead out the back door to the outdoor patio. From here, you can see the city skyline from the northern part of the city and access the beautiful gardens. When you head outside, turn toward the left to find the covered walkway to lead you into the gardens. From there, you can see and walk around the gardens, find the viewpoints, and marvel at the large fountain in the center. After you're finished exploring, head back inside to see the main level. The Great Hall and the conservatory are the highlights. These rooms were both impressive and opulent. Then follow the signs to take you upstairs. All the bedrooms are on the second floor. Then eventually, you'll see the signs to climb to the top of the mansion's two towers, the Norman Tower and the Scottish Tower. The highlights of Casa Loma for us were the gardens, the rooms on the main floor, and the views from the Norman Tower. To get the most out of your visit, we recommend visiting Casa Loma as soon as it opens, as the site can get very crowded in the afternoon. Number 8, the Toronto Harbourfront. The Toronto Harbourfront is one of the best places in the city to relax or go for a stroll. Start at Harbour Square Park right off of Queens Quay West and make your way down to the water. Then start walking down the wooden path and take in the views. This is a popular spot for locals as well as tourists, so you'll expect to see plenty of people going for a stroll. Eventually, you'll wind your way around the harbourfront and reach the waterfront trail. This begins right by the BeaverTails. Stop by if you need a snack on your exploration. This part of the harbourfront has even more to do and see. There are restaurants, Canada Square, and Tyndall Park, and even the Power Plant Contemporary Art Gallery. You won't want to miss the Simcoe Wave Deck, which is both an art piece and something fun to walk along. Don't forget to take pictures of the unique structure. On a warm spring or summer evening, expect the liveliness that comes with the sun setting later. There's an energy of people going out to eat, hanging out with friends by the water, or going for a walk with their canine companion. After walking along as much of the harbourfront as you can, stop at one of the restaurants. Amsterdam Brewhouse is a great option that is mentioned earlier in this video. Number 7, Lake Ontario beaches. Toronto is usually not the city people think about when they want a day at the beach, but there are some solid sandy beaches in the area. After a busy day of touring the city, schedule some time to relax on the beach and look at the beautiful water. Toronto's beaches are located at the Toronto Islands, the eastern part of the city, or nearby in the suburbs. There are multiple beaches on the Toronto Islands, with Center Island Beach being the most popular. If you head east of downtown, you'll find beaches like Cherry Beach and Woodline Beach. If you want to head to the eastern suburbs, some of your options include Bluffers Park Beach and East Point Park. When deciding which beach to visit, choose if you'd rather stay in the city or go outside of Toronto. Both can be good options. We visited both Center Island Beach and Bluffers Beach. The city beaches are more convenient in terms of transportation, and there's more to do nearby. The suburban beaches are more scenic and might not be as crowded. While beaches are a perfect place to unwind, if you do want to swim, make sure it's a hot day. We did get in the water briefly, but be ready, the water is cold and the weather was in the 70s. If you find yourself in Toronto on a hot day, taking a dip in the lake might be exactly what you need. Number 6. Royal Ontario Museum. The largest museum in Canada boasts an impressive collection of art, historic artifacts, and natural history exhibits. This impressive museum opened in 1914. The main entrance is located on Queen's Park, right by the museum metro stop. The building itself is impressive from the outside. The newest section of the museum is called the Michael Lee Chin Crystal. The structure is made of glass and the design is inspired by crystals. The best way to see it is from the outside on Bloor Street. The inside of the building is just as impressive with the amount of exhibits to visit. You could easily spend all morning or afternoon at the Royal Ontario Museum. If your time is limited, then you can prioritize by exhibit. There are 3 floors to discover with everything from global art to an exhibit on dinosaurs. Don't forget to check out the temporary exhibitions during your visit. They change often and offer something different to keep people coming back. The Royal Ontario Museum is also part of the Toronto City Pass. Make sure to include this museum on your list of things to do in Toronto, especially if you get the pass. However, even with the City Pass, reservations are required to enter the museum. Number 5. The Distillery District. The Distillery District is one of the liveliest parts of the city. Located in the eastern part of Toronto, it is a bit of a walk from downtown and doesn't have a direct metro stop. If you plan to walk from downtown, the best way to get there is to stroll along the Esplanade. You can enter the Distillery District from Parliament Street onto Gristmill Lane. It's easy to spot the entrance because of the large heart sculpture, which is a place where people stop to take photos. Keep walking down Gristmill Lane to get to the main plaza with the clock tower. The area is full of restaurants, shops, and a lot of outdoor activities in the warmer months. If you come at the right time, you may get to take part in one of the many festivals throughout the year. The entirety of the Distillery District is worth exploration. Plan to have a meal in this section, and don't forget to go souvenir shopping. We love wandering through the different shops after grabbing a bite to eat. It's the best way to explore. One place we've loved on both visits is Soma Chocolate Maker. The chocolates we bought there have been incredible and make great souvenirs for friends and family. After shopping, if you need a caffeine boost, there's also a few different coffee shops to try out. If you're lucky, it'll be a nice day and you can enjoy your coffee outside while watching some live music on the plaza. Number 4, take a ferry to the Toronto Islands. Jack Layton Ferry is located a short walk away from the main harbor front. Here you can take 3 different ferry routes to the different parts of the Toronto Islands. 3 ferries take you to Hanlon's Point, Center Island, and Ward's Island. Make sure you buy a ticket for the correct one and pay close attention to the schedule. Even when it's crowded, the view from the ferry is incredible. The short 10-minute ride across the lake is a fun experience. Even if you don't spend a lot of time on the islands, which you should by the way, it is worth the incredible view. It's a different experience and less formal than an hour-long harbor cruise. Also, it is less expensive. Just note we recommend doing both if you can, but if you want a more budget-friendly way to see Lake Ontario, the ferry is a perfect way to enjoy skyline views during the short boat ride. You can be a bit flexible with planning your ferry time since you can buy tickets online or in person at the dock. However, ferries can be packed in the summer, so be ready for that. And if you do buy tickets in person, be prepared to be flexible for whether you can get a ticket for the next departure. Number 3, the Toronto Islands. The Toronto Islands are located in Lake Ontario and are home to beaches, parks, restaurants, and Centerville Amusement Park. Center Island is the main island and has the most to do, especially in the summer months. We recommend focusing on Center Island if your time is limited. If you have more time, start at Center Island and you can walk or bike between the other islands. The ferry will drop you off at Center Island Ferry Dock. There's a map nearby to show you where to go next. Nearby the dock are a few places to get great photos of the Toronto skyline. After that, head through the well-manicured Toronto Island Park. The main walking path, Avenue of the Island, will take you to the main attractions. Eventually, you'll arrive at Centerville Amusement Park. It's free to enter and you pay per ride. We had a great time exploring and riding a few of the attractions, especially the ski lift, which provides incredible views of the islands. Next, keep walking and you'll reach Center Island Pier and Beach. The pier is a fun place to take photos and look out to Lake Ontario. The beach is an awesome place to lounge. Just be warned, even on a warm day, the water is pretty cold. The pier is also next to a few places to eat and a bike rental place if you want to keep exploring. Before planning your trip to the islands, keep in mind that there's not much to do during the off-season. The islands are at their best during the peak season when everything is open. Make sure to look up what's open before planning your visit. Number 2, the CN Tower. The most iconic building in Toronto's skyline is the CN Tower. The CN Tower was completed in 1976 and has been an iconic building ever since. If you want to see the views of the city during the daylight, we recommend getting to the CN Tower at opening to avoid the worst of the crowds. The fast elevator takes you up 114 stories in only 58 seconds. The top level gives you a panoramic view of the city, and you can also grab a bite to eat. Then walk down one floor to stand on the glass bottom and see the city below you. There's also a small outdoor section on this level, as well as the overview, where you can lean against metal bars and look out over the city. If you're a thrill seeker and don't mind spending a bit more, the CN Tower Edge Walk lets you walk on top of the CN Tower 116 stories high and lean over the edge. While we haven't had a chance to try this yet, it is a top priority when we get back to Toronto. This one-of-a-kind experience looks worth doing at least once. Like a few other attractions on this list, the CN Tower is included in the Toronto City Pass. This attraction should be one of your top priorities. Even with the City Pass, you still need to reserve your visiting time, as it's one of the most popular places in Toronto. We had great views from the city on a clear day, and bet it also looks incredible at sunset or at night. Number 1, City Cruises Toronto. The best views of the Toronto skyline are from a boat on Lake Ontario. The most incredible experience we've had after 2 visits to Toronto, Canada, was an hour-long sunset cruise on the lake. We learned so much about the city and its top attractions from this activity. The cruise starts from the Queen's Quay. Make sure to arrive early because a line will start forming at least 30 minutes before the departure time. Make sure to get a good spot in line because you'll want to grab a seat upstairs closest to the edge to make sure you get the best photo and video opportunities. We recommend taking this cruise on your first day if you can, because it's a good starting point to learn more about Toronto and where the main attractions are located. From Lake Ontario, we got to see the islands, the CN Tower, the Rogers Centre, the Harbourfront Square Park, the Waterfront Promenade, and impressive buildings in the Toronto skyline. We even learned about the current structures being built, including a building by famous architect Frank Gehry. The cruise we did took us back to Queen's Quay just after the sunset. It's a great opportunity to grab dinner and to continue to enjoy the waterfront and see the skyline at night. Like the CN Tower, the 60-minute city cruise is included in your Toronto City Pass. These are the 2 must-do activities to prioritize. Even with the City Pass, you also need to reserve the cruise in advance. That's it for the best 22 things to do in Toronto, Canada. Thanks for checking out our channel, and we hope you enjoyed our recommendations and travel tips. Want to learn more about another great Canadian city? Check out our video on the 22 best things to do in Montreal, Canada. Have you visited Toronto before? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. As always, let's make every trip an adventure to remember.